I just wanted to expend hopefully not too many words and not too many minutes on the trailers for No Time to Die, the new James Bond, and what is this other one called that I just heard of today? Red Notice. Um, and because I should, if I hadn't already settled on the category name Bits and Pieces, I would probably make all of my trailer reactions subtitled Late to the Party, because the James Bond one is days old, but this is when I do it. Um, Not that it really matters, because no one's going to watch me talk about it anyway. They're going to watch the people who already did it. Um, but anyway, the James Bond one. Now, one of the first things the malevolent supernatural force I live with and I did at the start of the pandemic was watch every single James Bond movie, um, except the two most recent ones, which were not streaming at the time. But we noticed that all the rest of them were streaming, and she didn't watch the comedic version of Casino Royale with me, the 1962 one. But I figured as long as I'm watching them all, I should watch that one. Is it 62? I forget. But the so I feel more prepared, perhaps, than I would have been if the movie came out last year. I've seen all the Daniel Craig ones. I know them probably better than I know and all the others. And so it's I guess it's his last one, and I am intrigued by how he bows out, um, considering he has kind of bowed out. I think at the end of every single movie he kind of bows out and then he's back. Um, so I'm intrigued by that. I'm intrigued by Rami Malek's villain. I think that Rami Malek is a very interesting actor, and I am intrigued by Lashana Lynch's character. She is a new 00 agent, it says. She was assigned the 007 number after Bond's retirement, but Bond is in the movie with her, so who gets called what, and does it actually matter? And does she take over the franchise after this? I think that's what a lot of people are wondering, and now I'm wondering it too. But I watch it and it looks cool, but it also looks like all of the Bond movies of the Daniel Craig era have looked, and the only one of those that I like Skyfall and Spectre and Quantum of Solace, all right, but the only one of those that I love is the first one, Casino Royale, and so it looks like it'll be kind of a fodder movie. It'll be like one more thing to consume while waiting for other things to consume. My hope is that it's more exciting to actually see it than it is to anticipate it, because I will see it, because I'm a completist, and now that I've seen all the rest of them, why not see the one more that makes the set complete in my head and memory? But the trailer didn't... I guess the things that I was intrigued by in this trailer, I was intrigued by the other trailer and all the commentary that I've heard about it, and so it didn't really shift me, this trailer. The other trailer, again, I just heard about today, the movie Red Notice, and I just watched it for the first time. Right before the video, I watched both trailers, but it was my second time watching the James Bond trailer, and it was my first time watching the Red Notice trailer. But when I first learned about Red Notice in the morning, when the trailer came out, I saw, oh, it's got Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, and Gal Gadot. Those are the stars. And out of those people, one of them makes me more excited than the other two, and that is Wonder Woman. And she is less in the trailer than the other two. Now, she's got her big, huge franchise, but she's not as big of a star. She hasn't been at it as long as The Rock or Ryan Reynolds. So, understandably, they are in more of the trailer than she is, because the trailer is supposed to get people to come see the movie. But having her in the trailer less, it didn't have the opposite effect on me, but having more of her in the trailer might have had the effect that they were going for on me, because The Rock and Ryan Reynolds are wonderful, but they're not the first and foremost as far as people who seeing them in the trailer gets me to see the movie. On the other hand, maybe she's in the trailer less, but in the movie just as much, but the stuff she does in the movie is more interesting and more tied to the plot and because it does seem to be those two against her, which means she is her character is worthy of taking on their two characters, which is intriguing. Uh, and it looked like, as far as explosions and action and fighting, almost exactly like the Bond trailer. Um, and although it's not a spy thing, it's The Rock is law enforcement. I don't know what law enforcement, but special branch of law enforcement, the one they call when no one else can get the job done, because Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot are both criminals, and they're the highest level criminals, and he's got to track them down, but he teams up with Ryan Reynolds. And I suppose it will become clear why when I see the movie on Netflix on November 12th. But again, it just looked like a generic action movie that will hopefully be bolstered by the strong personalities of all three people. And again, especially I'm looking for a lot more from Gal Gadot, who I thought in the first Wonder Woman movie, it's great, but she plays kind of a grown child, a noble dope like Thor, but without as many jokes. Like, he's allowed to be funnier than she is allowed to be in her movie. And I don't go for that, even though the story was interesting, her origin was interesting, and I could see she's got some personality to work with. And in Wonder Woman 1984, I thought she got to do more acting, but also more just being her fun self, like the fun self that Gal Gadot can be. And I think I've only seen one movie with her where she didn't play Wonder Woman, and she was still some kind of a super agent kind of person. I think that John Hamm was in the movie too, but I don't have very strong memories of that movie. So, yeah, I don't know. I know that she's got other movies. I haven't seen any of the Fast and the Furious movies. I understand she's in those movies. I haven't seen any of them, except possibly the first one, but I'm pretty sure that the movie I saw was Gone in 60 Seconds. I just get those two confused. So I probably am looking forward to Red Notice more than the James Bond movie, even though neither of these trailers was particularly inspirational to me as far as making me want to see them, to see the movies. But the one will be on Netflix, and so I will definitely get to see it along with everybody else, and maybe I'll talk about it on the internet for an audience of 0. But also her involvement. Like, she's an actor that I'm intrigued by, I guess, in the same way that Rami Malek is. And on the one hand, this movie doesn't have all of the why are there so many of the Bond franchise, but it also doesn't have the what are they going to do differently, if anything, of the Bond franchise. So I guess both trailers underwhelming, and yet there was enough that I think the things that are going to make me see the movie were already there before I saw the trailers. So the trailers didn't do anything for me, but except inform me that, oh, this Bond movie will actually be coming out after all, and oh, this other movie exists. Tell me if you, in the comments, I should start telling people to leave comments, just in case anybody's watching and would leave a comment. Tell me what, if anything, you're excited about in either of these movies. And what was the Are You Afraid of the Dark? Never mind. Thank you for watching if you watched. Of course, if you didn't watch, you're not hearing this, so there's no reason for me to address you. Thank you for watching, and look for Fairy Tale Friday tomorrow. Bye.